Hello everyone, welcome. Latiste here. Hope you all are doing well, enjoying your time and yourself. For introductions, I do offer personal readings that you can book with me down below or the link in my bio. Either way works. This is not positioned correctly. I also am on Twitch where I answer questions, do reactions, sometimes do card readings, and things of that sort. And I'll be getting back on there next week. But with that being said and done, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get into this reading. So I decided to do like what needs clearing with my hidden truth deck. Because I wanted to, and not the other one, in the shadows, but I wanted to do kind of like what needs clearing. It could be your own energy, other people's energy, energy from past lives and things. What the hell? It's like I got cut in between readings, but I did not. That can be a sign. So we'll start a filter. So just taking that in, we're going to see what your energy needs clearing from, or what you need to be weary of, or even just what you need to be prepared for, energy wise. Because sometimes people don't be. I thought that was a duck on a building for it. I was like, what the fuck? Some people aren't prepared for the blessings either. And so let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to get straight into this. Right now, there are going to be 3 piles, which you can check in the description down below. 1 and the 2 and the 3. They're all going to look like this on the back end. I may put some other cards as Spirit calls me to, but this is going to be the main energy, okay? So pile 1 starting right at 150. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, with that being set up and you guys there, and feeling this energy right now. Sorry, I'm feeling this energy right now. I can't even speak because as soon as I started your reading, a fly came. Right? They cleared out everything. So as soon as I started your reading, a fly came. If you know anything about flies, they're like spies. Flies are spies for the spiritual eye. That's a cute little rhyme you can remember, but flies are spies for the spiritual eye. And this is different if you've seen flies at like the dumpster and this, but if they're around in areas where you know they should not be around, or they're popping up when you're about to start a conversation, or I don't know, it's like that's why they came up with the phrase, I wish I could be a fly on the wall. Because it's annoying. They're annoying. They're always in your presence, in your energy, in your space, and they don't know boundaries and all that stuff. So definitely something with watchful eyes on you or around you. So let's go ahead and dig deeper into that. And this is always, I don't do fear mongering. I don't care for that, because if I have to do fear mongering, that means I have to possess some type of fear inside of my body. And I don't. Okay. And when I do, I don't bring that on camera. Ashe. Okay. So it's not in that sense. I like to say, if I'm driving at night, right, and I know if I take this road, the bridge is not finished, I'm going to be fucked. That's not fear mongering. That's giving information so that way I can be aware to take a different route, a different path, a different avenue. Right? So I like to say being cautiously aware allows for divine protection and love, okay? So let's go ahead and get into this in regards to all the flies, the spies, and possible evil eye. I was talking about flies being irritating and all these things, and the first thing that we got is obligation, and it says, you're a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. Okay? So this is exactly how it sounds. It's somebody that it is somebody that, how do I want to put this weird in a way? I'm seeing that scene. Thank you. I love when they give me like movies or or old stories of myself or things of that sort. That kind of helps. Sorry to close that because that was irritating. Why are you trying to go in my purse? Okay. I'm seeing the scene from Hereditary. And it's the part where the brother had to take his sister to the party. If you know, you know. Sorry, spoiler alert. But where you have to take his sister to the party and you just left her alone. He didn't really take care of her. He just felt like he had to bring her there because obviously his mom told him and all this stuff. So he felt obligated. He felt like it was a nuisance to bring her. He just wanted to go to the party, chill and smoke with his friends, possibly make out with the girl, all the good jazz and things until his sister obviously started to have anaphylactic shock and he killed her. Anyhow, in a new way, sorry, like I said, spoiler work, but it's like this energy where somebody's like, fine, I guess. Fine, I guess. Fine, if I want what I want, I guess I have to take them. It's kind of like they feel obligated to be associated and around you. Exactly as it says, but it's giving that energy, like, fine. And then they leave you, and then they're like, well, I didn't have to. I didn't set that up. That wasn't my responsibility. All these things. So it's really taking it into account of, like, I always say, don't help me if you feel like you're obligated to help me. If you feel like you're obligated to, because then that turns to resentment, that turns to bitterness, that turns to anger, that turns to, don't feel like you're obligated to help me, to do for me. The only person that's obligated to motherfucking help me is myself. I'm obligated to help myself consistently, but you're not. So if you're doing that out of that sense, no. If you're doing it because you work together, no. None of those things. So that's not necessary. Thank you. That sage is working nice. We got future coming in here. I'm thinking ahead and wondering what our relationship would be like in the future. So it could be, and when you hear relationship, don't automatically think romantic. I know that's kind of how the world sets it up, but there's family relationships. There's friend relationships. Take all these cards. And allowing that in here for you, okay? So just gonna pull that out. Any final cards in regards to this? Pull out all your cards here. Yeah. Yeah, you got people that it's like I'm seeing Princess Diaries when then they knew that she was a princess and they all tried to be around her and all this extra stuff, but then they still did some fucked up shit to her at the beach party or whatever because again they felt obligated to that, but they still feel like she was a nuisance. They still feel like she was irritating. They still feel like she didn't deserve it, and so they set her up, because it was like, again, it's this energy of like, yeah, I feel obligated, but they're not really thinking of plan through that's actually going to help you, that's going to be supportive, that's going to be loving, that's going to be caring, all these things because it's not real. It's not honest. They feel bound, gagged, and restricted to be in association with you, right? Because we have gaslight. It's kind of the thing. I'm seeing a brother where he was like, "Well, she didn't want to go," which I honestly agree. The girl did not want to go to the goddamn party. And she forced her. She could have just stayed out back and joined her shit. Why am I carrying that on my eye? That's, anyways. But gaslighting, and it's kind of like when he was like, "No, well, if you didn't allow her to go, I wouldn't have told her to stick her hand out the window." I'm just saying. She wouldn't have ate the peanut cake. She did come with me, and I should have been kind of paying attention and all this stuff, but I wasn't, but it's your fault. It's kind of like that energy. It keeps bringing me back. Hereditary could be family. That's significant, because hereditary is about a family, obviously, hereditary. So it could be family that you're dealing with as well. And Gaslight says, I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you're doubting your own experiences. Ooh, shame. Until you are doubting your, again, it's like, and then the mom wound up snapping. Okay, she did snap a little bit, but it's this energy of, again, like trying to manipulate the situation to make them seem like, no, not like that. No, that's not how it happened. I'm thinking of a scenario where I had an old friend, and I've done ecstasy before. Okay, it's kind of like it keeps me up, which is what it's supposed to do, keep you up. And I told a friend, I was like, hey, this is kind of, and we're at a club, and they was like, no, I said you should take half, maybe even half of a half, and they were like, no, like, girl, I do drugs. I said, girl, we are at a club, because me typically when I do drugs, I like to either be in my own home or in a very intimate, safe environment with people that I trust and that I love. But I was like, girl, we in a club. Like, you aren't even drinking. And so I'm like, I'm trying to give all this information. And so they took the full tab. I was like, you should have saved it for later. And it was, I was babysitting them for majority of the night. You know, I didn't feel like they were a nuisance. Like they said, I didn't feel like I just felt like, okay, I told them they're not doing it right. Again, I'm the person that's like, okay, let me make sure you're good. I'm always make sure you're good. So I was with them the whole entire night. And so when there is an option to go home, or to go to a kind of an intimate event where you're like networking and talking after the party. It was with another friend. It was a whole bunch of us. So I was like, you go home. Because, you're also not going home alone. She's going home. I said, like, go home. Because their roommates said, like, go home and go to sleep. Like, you already were falling asleep in the car. Go to sleep and rest. I gave you all the warnings, all the things to care of you the entire time we was at the club for an hour and a half. Go home, rest up. There you go. And they were upset, like, how could you leave me? I never did this before, all these things. And I'm like, I literally told you that's exactly why you shouldn't do what you did, because you've never done this before. In the environment that we were in, it was already too much. This is not what you do. And so it was almost like this energy of trying to change. I'm like, girl, that is not, girl, no. I took care of you the entire time, which I did not mind. And I would do 10 times over if that situation was to happen again. But also, it's still 10 times over, it continues to give you this. Like, are you sure? I already cut it in half for you. It's already there. It's already a piece. Like, you don't need it. But you're a grown ass motherfucking person. I'm not here to do all that. Okay? So it's that energy as well, is where it's like you're giving this person the information and this and that. And now you also feel kind of obligated in a sense. As well, or they feel like you should to do it anyway. But with this gaslighting energy, it feels like they're trying to manipulate the situation to their own good, and we don't want that. Okay, I haven't spent a little bit of time on that because it could be happening currently, and you're not recognizing. And I'm hearing those thoughts like, did I really say that? Did that really happen? Or it's like, that's not how I remember the conversation going. That is not how it went at all. That's not how it. Spirit is saying, you're not wrong. You're not confused. You're not overthinking. Okay? The way that these are getting paired up, it is somebody that is just not the nicest. We have yelling in health, right? It says, I'm going to be part of your health and wellness journey. But it also says, I'm mad at you, I'm unhappy, and I want you to feel as bad as I do. And so what this is letting me know that they are directly fucking with your health. Being in situations where you're constantly being yelled at or constantly having to walk on eggshells or question yourself or always be there, all these things, and that being right under gaslight is like they're really fucking with your health, your mental. That can fuck with your mental, questioning things, not being sure. It can mess up your time frame of the day, a lot of things. So this yelling, this anger, this gaslighting, all these things is deliberately messing with your health, causing stress to go up, cortisol levels to go up. And I'm not a doctor, so make sure you get things checked out, but it is in that situation, right? Where just like, this is not it. I don't feel safe. I'm always feeling on edge. It's like those people where you're like, before the relationship, in the relationship, and out of the relationship, and you can see like this in the relationship looks crazy. They look like whatever they're going through. And you're like, but you're not. Exactly. So again, they're deliberately messing with your health. And we'll say this for last. Thank you. We have welcome and uncertain. Coming in here, struggling. Welcome says, I want you to know your presence is appreciated and I can be a safe space for you. And that's coming right under obligation and future. Again, they feel obligated to do that. It's not a real welcoming energy. It's not real. It feels like, oh, I have to. That's my mom. Like, what, you don't have to. And then uncertain says, my intentions are not yet clear. I'm still trying to figure you out. Again, it's this way that they're setting things up in your life. It's almost giving it's funny because I was talking to my sister about this yesterday, where we was like, how do you feel about that saying where it's like, I don't envy you or I do envy you? It's like, what do you mean by that? And it's kind of you in that energy. We kind of have a discussion about it, but it's like, what do you mean by that? Like, why are you saying that, or why are you doing that? And it's because their intentions are also not like clear with you. Like, they feel obligated to be associated with you, but you're a nuisance, which means they're using you for something else for their own benefit. So this welcoming energy is not will. This kind, considerate, supportive, it's like it's a back end where it's controlling or manipulative or angry or forceful, and it's not really as open as it should be, right? Now, I wanted to say this for last because it ends it on a good note. We have reconnection, friendly, and great news. So this is letting me know that you can be reconnected with a friend, an old family member. I'm hearing a cousin, somebody that you've always felt very aligned with, and it feels very at home and comfortable. Says, I know it's been a while, but I miss you being in my life. Then we have friendly. I'm approaching with nothing but kindness. That is the both of you. It's not any of this. It's that kindness energy, and clear intentions, truth. And we also have great news. I have something amazing to tell you. And I feel like once you get out of this energy, it's like when people get divorced. This can be a sign that get a lot of relationship. When people get divorced and the wife, gets that good glow up because she's like, okay, I'm not taking care of somebody and kids or just somebody, period, and not able to take care of myself, I'm able to take care of myself and do what I want. And so it's this glow up. And the people are like, why didn't you do that when we were together? It's like, because you were draining my life force to use it for my own. And so I feel like once you get out of this draining energy, this suffocating, whatever the fuck that is, energy, it leads to even more great news, better connections, and better strongholds on your own self-confidence, self-preservation, and worth as well, right? But that has been a reading. Sorry that ran a little bit longer than expected, but yeah, it kind of got into that. Somebody that is around you is deliberately fucking with your health and messing with it in a way that is for their own benefit and good, and they know that, and they're not trying to act like in a way that they do. Okay, but love you, love yourselves more. Until next time. 17:30. Hello, pound number 2. Sorry, pound number 1. Kind of ran a little bit long. I hope that you all are doing well. Let's get into what needs to be cleared out of your energy. With the hidden truth deck, you need to take heed of, what you need to take notice of, or just any blessings coming your way as well, so that way you can even further ramp up your energy. Okay, go ahead and get for pound number 2. Come here. I'm, I'm still here. Oh, we got love coming in here. I love you, and I only want to add happiness to your life. I love that. Let's get some further information on that. How to. So you could be coming, yeah. You could be coming from, say, I'm gonna say situationships. Actually, you could be coming from that, or relationships and energies where you didn't know that this is what love is. And it sounds very corny, but I always like to say sometimes the corny shit is when you're getting down to the basics, the root, and sometimes that's what works, right? But this love, it feels like it's been long awaited. You could be coming out of situations where you didn't feel supported, you didn't feel seen, you didn't feel heard, you didn't feel acknowledged, you didn't feel respected. You didn't feel like you can truly be you and open and expressive. You didn't, it was something where it was like it wasn't fully able to encompass all that you are and all that you're able to be while you're involved with somebody else in that sense. And so with this love coming in, this third door leverage, and this love coming in, this future person, whoever it is, they they want to scream from the mountaintops. Let everybody know. Everybody needs to know this. Everybody needs to hear this. Everybody needs to understand. This is my person. It says, I can't wait to tell you the amazing thing that happened to me. And I'm immediately hearing marriage. Um, I'm hearing, so you kind of feel like it's the person been distant. It's because they've been trying to figure out how to approach you to actually to be married. But also, if you've been single for a while, it could be somebody that's like, okay, I've never had somebody that's okay with like PDA or just being so open and vocal. Where they came and approached me and told me how things feel. I usually gotta feel the energy and come, So it's this bragging energy where it's like they want to. When you're bragging about something, you're proud to talk about it. You're happy to talk about it. You're happy to go into detail. You don't care how many times you got to tell the story. I told the story 5 times, but I tell it again. Yes, it's like it's that energy, and it's coming from a sense of love and wanting people to know, like, yeah, that's my person, that's my partner. It's like I'm happy to be associated with this person. I'm happy my name is attached to this person and their energy. And it's that sense. And so with the future card coming in here, says, I'm thinking ahead and wondering what our relationship will be like in the future. You've never had somebody that thought about the future with you or at all in any regards, I'm hearing. Like they didn't really think about their future at all, but they're actually thinking about the future with you. So when they make plans, right? Say they are, I'm hearing making plans to go on vacation, right? And they say you guys like typically do dates every week or something, or along those lines, and so they know if they won't be there, and so they make the plans to like, okay, we're going to go on a date here, and then we're also going to go on a date here, so that way I can think about the future, so that way I'm still thinking about our dates that we have, and didn't forget. It's things of that sort, which for him you would feel like it would have been like, oh, that's a lot, and you're recognizing this is just the bare minimum. It reminds me of the person that goes around and asks people, was this bare minimum or princess treatment? And it was one couple, and everything that the person would ask, is this bare minimum or princess treatment? He was like, bare minimum, bare minimum. He was like, and this girl's right there, like, I mean, he takes care of me well. It's that energy of like, this is just the bare minimum to love on them and to show them what that means in action and intention, that I love them. So I love this for you guys. A little love in the morning. So they really think about your future, It could be you guys thinking about getting a place together, and they know that you love the water, so they start, looking up places that are near water. It's just certain things of that sort that's they think intentional of not just themselves, but everything involving that. Yeah. We have we'll get to that later. We have some people in here. They just ain't it. Okay, there's always going to be a few naysayers possibly in the relationship. A few interviews in there. And I'm going to be honest, some of you, this does feel like, and it's somebody within your family. So even if it's, say you have, like you and your mom have a really, really great relationship, amazing relationship, but your cousin and her mom does not, like at all. And so your mom was very out loud with it, very vocal. And she even loves on, your cousin. Like that's like that. That's my niece right there, okay? Like I love her, okay? And she loves that. But it leads to some sort of energy where it's like, that shit, why don't my mom do that? Da-da-da-da. She thinks she's better than it could lead to that energy. Or it can be if you're in a relationship romantically, it can be people that wanted your person or ex people from the past, ex relationships, and they're just like, she she dating the man I raised, or he loving the woman I love. It's like, what? Like, what do you mean? I don't get that. Like, it's completely different. So it's like it's pulling in this energy, and they're trying to attach, and they're doing little things. Possibly, they're trying to, but it's not working at all because your person, we're going to get to their energy, but we're just going to hold it off for now. But your person and you, the relationship that you have, whether that be, like I said, the mother daughter relationship or the, you know, Romantic relationship, man, man, woman, woman, man, woman, non-binary, non-binary, trans. You get what the fuck I'm saying. Romantic relationship or platonic relationship, best friend type situation, things of that sort, or learning to have that. It is very powerful. That's why it's bragging. You're able to brag about it. They're able to brag about it. It's very bragging, because you always are thinking about your future life with them, and so are they. And so we have space, safe space, and gift. We have I need a secure place to open up, and that's right under love. And then we have gift, and that's right under future. And it says there's something I'd like you to have. So for those that are in a romantic relationship, that can be moving in together. That can be getting married if that's what you want. Like me having children. For those that are in platonic relationships, it could just be like, hey, let's go ahead and start annual trips. I recently found a group that does like annual cabin trips with all their girlfriends. I'm like, oh, I like that. Things that sort of like, that's also a gift of like, let's commemorate us continuously being in this relationship together as friends, or things of that sort. So it's a gift of that energy. I'm seeing somebody with children passing down like a necklace or emblem. It's things where you're always constantly thinking of the future, and you want them to hold that in their head as well. And so with that, I need a secure place to open up. It's like there's nothing but love around here. I'm always going to feel safe enough to open up and be expressive and vulnerable as well. Now we have perspective coming in here. Just let me know. Obviously, all relationships go through hiccups. It's going to be something that you guys are really, really, really going to have to stop, discuss, really analyze, and look at, and truly see all the energy, all the details about it, okay? So perspective says, I'd appreciate your unique perspective on a situation. I value your opinion, and that's paired with I'm sorry. Says, I need to apologize for what I did. So don't think so irrationally or quickly, or think the worst of them. Because again, you have dealt with situations like that, or you currently could be dealing with that. But it also feels like it could be their energy trying to get in as well. Um, um, it could be like the rift. I keep saying like the aunt and the cousin type situation, where like the cousin that's kind of like upset and kind of want that for themselves, like playing tricks, like setting up dinner dates for all of you, but sending you the wrong date. So it's just you, alone at one point, or her and your mom. I don't know. It's that kind of weird thing, and then it actually being talked about, or I don't know. It's something where your perspective has to change about how you're looking at a situation. It could be that the ex reached out or something of that sort, and you seen it, and you're just like, oh, what the fuck is that? Like, they feel comfortable reaching out, but it has nothing to do with them feeling comfortable reaching out. Some people just really have some audacity on them. They wear that quite well. So it could just be the audacity of the situation. And so it's like you have to come back and like, I'm sorry, I didn't actually get the full information. That was just me jumping to past hurts and pains. And you know what I'm saying? So at least so that just flip me your perspective. And it could be them apologizing for looking at things in a way that they shouldn't have. But that's also where the love and the safe space comes in, where you guys are always thinking intentionally with love, knowing that that isn't enough, but that is the best foundation and starting point to have to get further clarity and information, right? Now we got travel. I think we should take a trip. And that's right under perspective, and I'm sorry. And what that's letting me know is right after you guys deal with whatever situation is, you guys are back on go mode and enjoying each other's time in company. And travel, taking trips is about pleasure, joy, working together. You like this, I like this, let's see, we can meet. Like, it's really, again, coming back together. So whatever that was, I'm sorry, it's very genuine, and apologizing for that. So it works out with you guys. It's like, speed bump, you still feel it, but you don't allow it to stop you from keep going, okay? Now, with this energy I'm getting, mothers-in-laws, friends, family, brother, cousins, co-workers, this, that, exes, I'm getting that energy because, again, the love is it's not just, romantic, it's all love. So if it resonates with you, it resonates with you. We got envy and imposter coming in here together. Okay? Imposter says, I'm not who you think I am. And envy says, I will seek to undermine your successes as a means of elevating my own standing. Every time I read that, it makes me fucking crack up because it's like, damn, sounds like a villain type this shit out. So again, it's this fake approach, kind of like with the cousins sending out a date. Oh, we should all hang out, but then she only sets it up, and it looks like this, or she makes you look in a certain way that makes you look like you're better, or it could be, mother-in-law like, oh, I love that. I remember a story that Black Witch Yaya told. She was like, the mother-in-law was always acting in front of the girl's face, her daughter-in-law's face, but the daughter-in-law can kind of sense it wasn't as genuine. And then one time she was talking to the mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law thought she got with the phone, and she started talking to a friend that was there, just talking shit about her and this and that. And she was just like, huh, it's kind of, that's also imposter syndrome. I'm not who you think I am. I'm asking like, oh, I love that you and my son are together and you and my daughter are together, or you're doing this. I love that you guys are, I don't mind that. I'm over them. I don't, we broke up a while ago, all this stuff, but they're not who you think you are. Who you think they are. They're really coming in with that extra, like, I'm finna undermine your relationship. I'm finna undermine you. And I'm finna come in because you shouldn't have what I deserve, or you shouldn't have because you don't deserve it. Okay? So that's coming in. We also have unfriendly and revenge. Like I said, it feels like it's written by a villain. I have a hostile attitude with unfriendly and revenge. I'm looking to damage you in retaliation for perceived wrongs. So you know how over here we got perspective when I'm sorry because you guys were able to do it. They feel like they were actually wrong. Over here, either you wronged them or they wronged you, and it actually, got spit. They weren't. It's all delusional. It's all like, I'm hearing Justin Bieber. I don't fuck with that man, but Justin Bieber. That should be me holding your hand. That should be me making you laugh. And so they coming out with like, if I can have you, no one can have you, or they just bad mouthing you to other people, the ex friends and ex family that you don't talk to anymore, whatever. And it's just them being unfriendly. They got a hostile attitude. They're trying to take out revenge either on your name, on your relationship, just throwing a wrench in the screw, But it's not going to work. You guys are going to overcome it, take you in more trips, get you in more gifts, and even more love, okay? So this has been your reading how to that also. I love you guys. Love yourselves more. Until next time. Hello. My last but not least pal. For hitting information, hidden knowledge. Let's go ahead and turn back on the music. I'm so sorry. But hitting information, hidden knowledge coming in here for you. And let's go ahead and get into this. Perfect. Got the music up and we're going to get started. But let's go ahead and see. Down like that. Make sure all my cards are flipped to where they need to be. Let's take a look here. Okay, let's see what energy we have. Okay, see what overall energy that we do have for you. So a lot of cards. We're gonna start. Let's give us one card to start with, please. Please. Okay, we have future coming in here. It says, I'm thinking ahead and wondering what our relationship will be like in the future. So this can be romantic, this can be platonic, this can also be about career, whatever it is, right? But there is an energy of future thinking. So there could be a current change happening in the present, some energy of that sort. But let's go ahead and get further into this here for you. They keep trying to want to give you like a stack of cards. So this let me know that whatever happens, you're going to be getting a stack of information, right? It's like, here comes Ruby. Hi, handsome baby. Hello. But it's like when you get a stack of, when you sign a lease, so that can also be important, and they give you like, these are, these are like your guidelines for the community that you're in. Thank you. I could not think. Or when you're starting a job and they're like, these are the benefits, these are the rules. It's like that. And you're getting a stack of information after completing something. Okay? Cats can also be significant because he was literally asleep. This is technically the sixth reading I've done for the day, second video. Did a whole bunch of things, got up, and he's coming up. So black cats, cats can be very, very significant for you. They're about independence, strength, resilience, but also about this interdimensional energy that they have as well. And right now he's currently meditating, literally meditating on the fucking table. But yeah, the next we have is reconnection coming in here for you. I know it's been a while, but I miss you being in my life. So this is again somebody that's really thinking about you and their life together. So this can again be romantic, this can be platonic, but it's going to come in reconnection with this big change and shift that you currently do have here. Yeah, yeah, you could meet them at the new job. They could be a part of the moving company before you move. I don't know. It's this energy where you're reconnecting, right? You have a lot of, not a lot. Thank you, Spirit. We're gonna rephrase that. They said but you have a tinge of bullshit around you because we have desperate and chaos coming in here for you. And desperate says, I'm in a bind and don't have anyone else to reach out to you. Chaos is, it's not my fault. I'm a magnet for trouble. Chaos follows me wherever I go. And that's also lined up with small favor, which says, I'm hoping you can help me with something small. Again, it's something where they're noticing this elevation going on with your life, this change going on with your life. You're possibly getting, you guys get hung out and a whole lot of things together, but they're noticing like, okay, you're starting to get your life together, but I'm still in possibly a chaotic state, mind, energy, or just environment. And they kind of want to attach on to that. Or they're noticing again your spiritual elevation or just things changing in your life. They can see that you're moving and growing and shifting. And so they're desperate to cling on to that before you leave them behind, before you forget about them or whatever. And it's causing them to be very desperate and want something from you, time, energy, whatever. But that's because they're chaos magnet because of how they live their life. And that's the consequences of that, right? Let's go ahead. This card, as you can see, it's like flipped out like this. This is the card that's in my hand. This card flipped out. Okay. We have past and grapevine. I didn't even see that there was another card. Did you guys see that? We did. It was another card under past. This is somebody that you're leaving in the past. This is, I'm letting you know now, it's this energy over here. This reconnection energy is all on its own. He's literally sitting on the future energy, and the energy is behind him. This desperate, this chaos, this small favor, because we also have grapevine, obligation, and past. So again, they're hearing your elevation, your change, your shift. Maybe you got a new car. Maybe you got a new house. Maybe you got a new job. Maybe you got a new mate, a new friend. Maybe you got a new opportunity. Maybe you got a new travel plans. I don't know. It's something where you're elevating, or maybe it's a new routine and you're not doing this anymore. You're setting this up, new habits. Maybe you got approved for something and they didn't. But the grapevine is, I heard something you're going to be interested in, and that lines in with this desperate energy. So again, they're desperate to know about you, hear about you, all this stuff. They always got their ear to the street when it comes to your name, and never in a good way. I'm sorry. We're being honest and being real. We're being here. And the obligation, which is you're a nuisance, I feel obligated to associate with you, is coming right under chaos. They need you to get them out of this chaos. And I have a card that writes, can you take on my karma for me? And it feels like this energy. Sometimes you can be in the way of people's karma and you wonder why is this shit happening in my life? What is going on? This has nothing to this affliction. And it's because you're taking on people's karma, people's energy, because that's what you're able to. And so they're like, if I'm a chaos magnet, anybody around us gonna feel that. Yeah, I need to be associated with you. Yeah, you can't be better than me, you can't be higher than me, or you can't not also be going through stuff if I'm going through stuff. And the past is, I still haven't gotten over what occurred in the past. Okay? And that's where that small favor comes in. It's like, but I did this. I had a sibling. I have a sibling. I just don't talk to them. I love you. I just don't talk to them. And they would always throw back in their face what they've done. Like, I did this, I did this, I did this for you, I did this for you. But when they first did it, it was paraphrased, not paraphrased, it was put out in the forefront of love. I love you, I care about you, I want to do this, I want to set this up. All those things. So recognizing that and taking that in is kind of what's currently happening with their energy. They're just either going to come back if you haven't talked to them in a while. They're going to pop up like, hey, how's it going? And then as soon as you're like, oh, this is what's going on, like they're going to rant it on you and guilt. I don't know. It's this weird energy the spirit does not want you involved in anymore. And they want you to keep that shit in the past. And if you haven't gotten rid of them yet, they want you to get rid of them and keep them in the past. Okay? Alrighty. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because whoever you're reconnecting with, oh, they care about you. They truly care about you. I've always cared about you and loved you, whether this be romantic, platonic, or otherwise. But they've always cared about you. You know, the final card for them is imposter. I'm not who you think I am. They're only coming around to get something, to screw with your life, to whatever. They don't want to handle their own problems and situations. So they're hoping that you can handle it for them, do it with them. And so they're also kind of thinking about a future relationship with you, but not in the way of this reconnection. Not in the way of this reconnection at all. Because this reconnection, we have empathy. It says, I will provide emotional support and always try to understand you. Again, this can be an old friend, an old family member you haven't seen in a while. This can be an old college mate I'm seeing from school, or just an old schoolmate. This can be a reconnection if you're in a romantic relationship, reconnecting to these people, to your person, to your person in a way that feels more empathetic and whole, and that you both are seeing each other. It can be reconnect. You know what the fuck reconnection means. I ain't finna go down the goddamn list. You get what the hell I'm saying. Like, you know what the fuck. You get it, you got it, good. But it's that. And so it's this empathy of them putting themselves in your shoes and recognizing it, and not a way wanting what you got, or to you to take their issues and problems like this person, but in a way of being like, that's what you meant. That's why we did this. That's where we operate. That's how we can go. Because we also got safe space and love coming in here. We have, I need a secure place to open up, especially after dealing with what you have dealt with, where people are always constantly talking about you because they heard something did a great line, which means somebody got loose lips on your ship. Okay, just pointing that out as well, a little titty bit for yourself. And love says, I love you and I only want to add happiness to your life. So again, the safe space is on a reconnection, and the empathy is right on top of the love. So again, it's this way of you guys truly seeing each other for who you are right now. Yeah, you may talk about the past, but you're seeing who you are right now. What's currently going on right now. Not past energy and not future potential, but current state energy, and it's filled with love, empathy, and growth. Yeah, can we please make plans to get together soon? So they may be reaching out to you. Yeah, we got a gift on the back. Come on now, there's something I'd like you to have. So this can be an old coworker, all those things. You're welcome. A lot of good energy. I want you to know your presence is appreciated, and that can be a safe space for you. What are they say? You say you need a safe space. They say we are the safe space. So yeah, leave this desperate, chaotic, not really being themselves energy. Always hearing something about the grapevine and trying to take advantage. Whatever it is, it's just then you don't have to deal with that. They feel obligated to be around you to help them, and don't feel obligated to be around to help them. Okay? Go with this love, this energy where you feel safe and calm and nurtured and seen and taken care of, because they want to give you gifts, and it could be actual physical gifts, or it can just be gifts of feeling like you are not alone anymore. Okay? So, any final messages for this collective before we go ahead and close it out? Yeah, you're going to find a good companion in relationship in this person that you reconnect with. It says, I have to get this off of my chest. And the support says, I'm here to support and elevate you. You guys are going to be pushing each other, loving on each other. Again, this future is the overall energy. And so they're always looking and thinking about the future with you because of where you are presently. And they're here to support, love, and be there for you. And you're also going to allow them to vent, because you know it's not coming out of desperate, chaotic, grapevine, oh, I have to, obligated energy. Yeah, check in. It says, I want to catch up and make sure everything is going well. Yeah, this person that you're reconnecting with, Whether that be actual physically, like you haven't been around this person, or just emotionally and spiritually, because you guys have to rediscover each other in this sense. So take that in, pile number 3. That is really beautiful reading for you guys. I love that. But that has I'll show you, that has been your reading. I love you. Love yourselves more. Until next time.